tell you to the left, and you are looking to the right. I mean on my left. Yes, there. You will find yesterday's report of the Minister of Police. But here is Monsieur Dandré himself. And Monsieur Dandré, announced by the chamberlain in waiting, entered. "Come in," said Louis XVIII, with a repressed smile. "Come in, Baron, and tell the Duke all you know. The latest news of Monsieur de Bonaparte, and do not conceal anything, however serious. Let us see, the island of Elba is a volcano, and we may expect to have issuing thence flaming and bristling war. Bella horrida bella." Monsieur Dandré leaned very respectfully on the back of a chair with 2 hands, and said, "Has your Majesty pursued yesterday's report?" Yes, but tell the Duke himself, who cannot find anything, what the report contains. Give him the particulars of what the usurper is doing in his islet." "Monsieur," said the Baron to the Duke, "all the servants of his Majesty must approve of the latest intelligence which we have from the island of Elba." Bonaparte, Monsieur Dandré, looked at Louis XVIII, who, employed in writing a note, did not even raise his head. "Bonaparte," continued the Baron, "is mortally wearied, and passes whole days in watching his miners work at Porto Lagone." "And scratches himself for amusement," added the king. "Scratches himself?" inquired the Duke. "What does your Majesty mean?" "Yes, indeed, my dear Duke. Did you forget that this great man, this hero, this demagogue, is attacked with a malady of the skin which worries him to death, perigo? And moreover, my dear Duke," continued the Minister of Police, "we are almost assured that, in a very short time, the usurper will be insane." "Insane?" "Raving mad. His head becomes weaker. Sometimes he weeps bitterly, sometimes laughs boisterously. At other times he passes hours on the seashore, flinging stones in the water, and when the flint makes duck and drake 5 or 6 times, he appears as delighted as if he had gained another Marengo or Austerlitz. Now, you must agree that these are indubitable symptoms of insanity." All right, we got another character coming in here, a Monsieur Dandré, who is a baron and sounds like Minister of Police. Trying to refute Blocka's report from the south that Bonaparte is coming back to France, that there's a storm a-brewing down in the south. I think if you know history, we know which side of this is true, and therefore, and listen, folks reading this at the time would have known history and what had happened, so let's not conceal that from ourselves. Bonaparte is coming to France. This is going to be part of the 100 days of his reign after being exiled to the island of Elba. So the king is, ignorant, like willfully ignorant here, and is relying on faulty information just for, the security of his, ego. Is that fair to say? And so he's bringing in counter evidence to Blocka, who is trying to raise a real concern, and the king is going, yeah, but you know what? I got this other guy over here telling me that ain't so. In fact, Bonaparte is over on the island of Elba going insane right now. And you know what? Depending on which historian you listen to, both could be true. Bonaparte could have been kind of going insane at this point, and coming back to France to make his his second attempt at world domination. So how are we feeling about the king as a character being sketched out here? I think he's a little cartoony. I can kind of picture the scene where he's barely looking up from his annotations while he's conducting and orchestrating this conversation between the Baron and the Duke. Just to prove his point, like, yeah, this is barely worth my time. I'm not even going to look up from, what I'm doing here. You two just, like, you hash it out. This thing is figured out already. I don't need to do much. I'm still kind of surprised that we have the king himself as a character here. Maybe I'll go into a little bit more about who this dude is in real life in a future episode. But for now, that's all I got for today. We will see you here as we continue forth tomorrow on the Count of Monte Cristo. I'll see you then. Okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.